What were the 77s of Daniel about? They were about the end of what? The end of the exile, end of the 70 years of captivity, and now God's purposes are going forward. He's going to rebuild Jerusalem. Messiah's going to come, all that. So it's about a 70-year period that ends with a proclamation of a world leader that has to do with Jerusalem.
For almost 80 years. We're 77 years now.
Well, right now, we are at the end of another 70-year period of Israel's history. No less prophetic. Israel was raised from the dead in the year 1948. Add 70 years, where does it come? 2018 right now. 70 years ago this year, 70 years ago this month, 70 years ago this week. But what happened? What happened at the end of the 70-year period in ancient times? A king issues a proclamation recognizing Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. What happened at the end of this 70-year period of Israel's existence? A king, a world leader, issues a proclamation recognizing Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. For the first time since ancient times, a world power, a major world power, has recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. In the ancient case of Cyrus and then Artaxerxes, the proclamation set in motion prophetic events which would lead to the fulfillment of God's prophetic purposes and the coming of Messiah. So what events will be set in motion now to lead to the fulfillment? You know, the first countdown, the first 70-year and proclamation at the end led to the first coming of Messiah. What will the second lead to? Could it be the second coming? But this Monday on the Western calendar is the exact 70-year mark of the history of Israel. The exact 70-year mark, May 14th. At midnight, May 15th of that Monday night, Tuesday, that's exactly when Israel came into existence. And on that day, they're planning to move the American embassy to Jerusalem. On the 70-year mark. Linked to recognizing Jerusalem like Cyrus did.
This armistice agreement was actually signed at Rhodes on April 3rd, 1949. This was referred to as a complete and sincere ceasefire, defined as the 30 November 1948 ceasefire agreement for the Jerusalem area.
Now, by the time you're seeing this, it's a few days after it's happened, but let me read this because it is shocking. On June the 29th, over 110 Jewish settlers entered the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound, conducting tours and performing Talmudic prayers under police protection. Folks, police protection. It says Jewish visitors were permitted to sing and dance openly throughout the entire Temple Mount compound on Wednesday. Okay, look at this. Simultaneously, Israeli police imposed restrictions on Muslim worshipers' access at the site, leading to accusations of provocation and desecration from Palestinian officials. And folks, I'm telling you this right now, no one's talking about it.
These are momentous days, but they're also touched by tragedy. The President and I believe in a doctrine called peace through strength. First comes strength, then comes the peace. Our resolute action, the resolute decision of President Trump to act with us against those who seek to destroy Israel and threaten the peace of the world has made a remarkable change in the Middle East. But I have to say that the coordination between our two countries, the coordination between an American president and an Israeli prime minister has been unmatched. And the whole world has learned that when Israel and America stand together, great things happen. And it's never been like that. In the entire history, for almost 80 years, we're 77 years now. In the entire 77 years of Israel's history.
What were the 77s of Daniel about? The end of the exile, end of the 70 years of captivity, and now God's purposes are going forward. So it's about a 70-year period that ends with a proclamation of a world leader that has to do with Jerusalem.
In the entire 77 years of Israel's history, there has never been the degree of coordination, of cooperation, and trust between America and Israel as we have today. And I credit President Trump with this extraordinary achievement.